A US court has indicted Adani Group chairman Gautam Adani, his nephew Sagar Adani, who is an executive director on the board of Adani Green Energy, and several others for allegedly planning to bribe government officials in India as much as 2029 crore to ensure business came to Adani companies. Why the US authorities are interested in this is because Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani, and Vineet Jain, who is the MD and CEO of Adani Power, also raised funds in the US by allegedly misleading investors about these bribery actions, while several of their co conspirators deleted incriminating evidence of these bribes from their phones and computers. In response to this news, shares of the Adani Group companies fell by more than 20% as trading opened in India on Thursday morning. And the group's energy company, Adani Green Energy, announced it was putting on hold its plans to raise $600 million through US dollar denominated bonds. The indictment was filed in the US District Court in the Eastern District of New York on 24th October and was made public late Wednesday night, India time. So here's what allegedly happened. According to the indictment, between about December 2019 and July 2020, Azure Power and Adani Green Energy were awarded a tender by the Solar Energy Corporation of India, which is a Government of India company, under which Azure Power was to supply 4 gigawatts of solar power to SECI and Adani Green Energy was to supply 8 gigawatts of solar power. This can be independently verified through statements by the companies themselves. On 9 June 2020, Adani Green Energy announced that it had won the single largest solar development bid ever awarded, adding that it would be supplying SECI 8 gigawatts of solar power over a period of 60 months. Azure Power made a similar statement regarding the contract in July 2020. Under the agreement, SECI was to find state electricity distribution companies that would purchase the 12 gigawatts of power that was being supplied by Azure Power and Adani Green Energy. According to the indictment, the high energy prices under the letters of award made it difficult for SECI to find state governments that would agree to purchase its electricity under this agreement. Now, this put in jeopardy the contract with Adani, since if nobody was buying SECI's power, SECI itself would not buy power from Adani. This is where the alleged bribery became necessary. So, the indictment said, in or about 2020, Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani, and Vineet S. Jain and several others, I quote, devised a scheme to offer, authorize, make, and promise to make bribe payments to Indian government officials in exchange for the government officials causing state electricity distribution companies to enter into power supply agreements with SECI. In other words, the allegation is that all of these people from the Adani Group and their co-conspirators went and bribed state government officials to encourage these state governments to buy power from SECI so that SECI could then buy power from Adani Green Energy. The indictment added that Gautam Adani personally met with a high-ranking government official of the Andhra Pradesh government at least thrice between August and November 2021 to push for the execution of a power sales agreement between SECI and Andhra Pradesh's state electricity distribution companies. It said that the co-conspirators, through Gautam Adani, Sagar Adani, Vineet Jain, and others, had offered and promised to Indian government officials approximately 2029 crores in bribes in exchange for the officials making sure that the state governments would purchase power from SECI. Approximately 1,750 crore of this, or 86%, was offered to the official in the Andhra Pradesh government, the indictment said, allegedly leading to the Andhra government state electricity distribution companies agreeing to purchase 7 gigawatts of solar power from SECI under this particular project. Remember, the total amount on offer was 12 gigawatts, of which 7 was just agreed to by Andhra Pradesh. But it's not just the Andhra government of that time that has been implicated. The indictment then said that following the alleged promises of bribes to Indian government officials, electricity distribution companies for Odisha, Jammu Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, and Chhattisgarh also, apart from Andhra Pradesh, entered into agreements with SECI under this particular project. The US authorities allege that Sagar Adani used his phone to track specific details of the bribes offered and promised to government officials. These details include the state or region for which the government officials had been offered a bribe, the total amount of the offered bribe, and the approximate amount of solar power that the state would agree to purchase in exchange for the bribe. It has all of these details apparently. Now, to find out what happens now, what the Adani Group is saying, what the opposition parties in India are saying, and the other details of the indictment, why the US authorities are so interested, what's going to happen next, please follow the print on social media and on YouTube because we're hitting this story from all angles. So stay tuned. But on that note, that's all from me for now. Thank you so much for watching.